This is a story little known in modern religious history. It is the story of how a prophet and his followers were persecuted and exiled from their homeland, and how many of them were put to death for believing that the promise of a new age of peace was at hand. This is the story of his challenge to the rulers of the day, a challenge to unite and guard against fundamentalism and intolerance as the only assurance to peace. This is the story of his life of imprisonment and suffering, a suffering that, like the messengers of the past, gave way to a set of teachings that would transform the lives of millions and give birth to a community worldwide in its scope. This is the story of Baha'u'llah, the prophet and founder of the Baha'i Faith. In just over 150 years, the teachings of the Baha'i Faith have captured the imagination and loyalty of millions of people from all backgrounds and experiences, from virtually every race, culture, class, and nation on earth.
Baha'is are united by the central principle of Baha'u'llah's teachings, that all people are members of one human family.
Baha'u'llah came to bring about unity in the world.
It gives me such joy and such happiness to be a part of something that's trying to just advance civilization.
When I heard the principles and the tenets, I said, that's where I belong.
There are Baha'i communities in every city and suburb in America, and in most rural areas. These communities offer worship services, opportunities to study the Baha'i Faith, and programs for children. Over the next half hour, you'll meet Americans who have discovered the Baha'i Faith. You'll also learn more about the life of Baha'u'llah and his claims as a messenger of God. In his writings, Baha'u'llah encouraged the individual to take responsibility for his or her own spiritual life. It is up to each individual to investigate Baha'u'llah's claims as a messenger of God and to decide whether these claims and teachings resonate within one's own heart.
It's like, when you buy a car, you examine the engine, air conditioning. You're not going to just buy it. So how much more don't you got to examine the Word of God? You got to examine it.
Today, all people are welcome to begin their own investigation of these claims. Dr. Lisa Merritt, a physician and mother, recently studied the Baha'i Faith in Atlanta, where a vibrant Baha'i community has established what they call a unity center.
Thank you, Gary. We are truly blessed to be able to come together and raise our voices in song.
Lisa's story of search began shortly after the birth of her daughter. Her first step was to attend a devotional service.
I was in the process of looking for a place, a spiritual home for us, because I think that having a spiritual foundation for a child is essential. I lived right up the street from the Unity Center, and I used to ride by this beautiful sign that they would change the messages every week. And it just intrigued me, and it just sort of really called out to me. And I decided, Spirit moved me, that I was just going to go in there one Sunday. I didn't know what I was coming into. I didn't know if they had any special rituals or special dress or special seating arrangements. I didn't know what really to expect. And I was just pleasantly surprised that it was just really very warm, and there were people that were there that were from the Baha'i community, and there were a lot of people like me who were just interested to find out more about it. I felt immediately at ease and not at all different or outside, because there were all different kinds of people there. And there was no sense felt forced. Everyone seemed very natural and very used to being with each other and very comfortable with being with one another. And that's what I'm used to and what I'm seeking and wanting. And as time goes on and we develop more and more relationship, and I understood that this just was resonating on a very deep level for me with what I had already felt in my relationship to God, and that it was really a very easy next step to go ahead and declare that I was a Baha'i.